Everyone that has a set of lungs should be here. The respiratory organs are very important. Do you remember the most vital element needed for life? It's oxygen. And oxygen is taken into our body through our lungs. And there's only one way that the oxygen should be getting into our lungs, and that is through our nose.
Breathing is something we often take for granted, yet the way we breathe can have a profound impact on our health and well-being. While many people naturally breathe through their mouths, especially during physical exertion or when they're feeling stressed, nasal breathing offers a range of benefits that are often overlooked. In this video, we will focus on the importance of nose breathing rather than mouth breathing. Let BarbaraONeill explains the importance of breathing through the nose rather than the mouth, and how this simple shift can improve everything from your respiratory function to your overall health.
Nose, let's make a list of what nose does. And you might be surprised at this list. It's not a surprise that it purifies the air.
The nose purifies air by trapping and removing particles before they reach the lungs. The nose filters air by trapping particles in mucus produced by the mucous membrane lining the nasal cavity. The nasal cavity contains mucus-producing cells and tiny hair-like projections called cilia. The mucus traps dirt particles, and the cilia move the particles toward the front of the nose or down the throat. The nose also filters particles by changing the direction of airflow as it passes from the entrance into the nasal cavity. This change spins particles out of the main air stream and onto the inside of the nose.
Nose warms the air. And that's important because we're warm-blooded creatures. And when you open your mouth wide and take air in there, it does not warm the air.
The nose warms air as it passes through the nasal cavity. The nasal cavity has a mucous membrane lining with many blood vessels and a large surface area. The blood vessels warm the air to body temperature. The nasal cavity contains folds of tissue called turbinates that provide a large surface area for blood vessels to warm the air.
Nose also moistens the air. So it prepares it perfectly.
A thin layer of tissue called the mucous membrane lines the inside of the nose and produces mucus. Mucus traps dust, germs, and other particles that could irritate the lungs. Turbinates, the folds of tissue in the nasal cavity that warm and moisten the air, they also assist with nasal drainage.
And nose also pressurizes the air.
The nasal passageway is designed to condition the air you breathe in by pressurizing, filtering, humidifying, and slowing it down. The pressurized air from your nose helps your lungs extract oxygen more efficiently.
It also balances blood gases.
The nose and respiratory system help balance blood gases by regulating the levels of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the blood. Breathing in and out helps regulate the levels of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the blood. When you breathe in, you increase ventilation, which decreases the amount of carbon dioxide in your blood and increases the pH. When you breathe out, you decrease ventilation, which increases the amount of carbon dioxide in your blood and decreases the pH. A poor nasal passage can negatively impact respiration.
Only nose does this. Mouth does not do that. And many people's respiratory organs are suffering because bad air is going into their lungs. And this is not the odd time it happens or the odd time it does. It's just day after day, after week, after week, after month, after year, after year, after year. And so then the question arises, well, why do people breathe through their mouth? Because their noses are blocked up. Did you know that 90% of people, it is estimated, have a deviated septum? And the deviated septum is a little bit of crookedness in the nose. And one of the reasons that this happens is mouth breathing.
Mouth breathing can have many negative health effects, including dental issues. Mouth breathing dries out the mouth and gums, which can lead to tooth decay, gum disease, and other dental problems. Saliva contains minerals that help keep teeth strong and fight decay. Sleep disorders. Mouth breathing can increase the risk of sleep disorders like sleep apnea, where breathing stops and starts during sleep. Facial abnormalities. In children, mouth breathing can lead to facial differences like an elongated face, droopy eyes, and dark circles under the eyes. Behavioral issues. In children, mouth breathing can be linked to behavioral problems. Slower growth. In children, mouth breathing can lead to slower growth, infections. Mouth breathing sends air directly into the lungs, which can increase the risk of infections, worsen symptoms of other illnesses. Mouth breathing can worsen symptoms of illnesses like asthma and diabetes.
Because when you breathe predominantly through your mouth, the little canals at the back of your nose close up. And if someone wanted to have the back of their nostrils cleared out, can you imagine how painful that operation is? And sometimes if it doesn't work and they go in again to drill out the back, they can drill too much and that person will be left with an empty nose for the rest of their life, which is incredibly painful. But you know, there is no need to have any operations on your sinus, on your nose. No, no, no. Very painful, and there's no need. Because believe it or not, one of the easiest ways to clear the nose is to close your mouth and not breathe through your mouth and force your body to breathe through your noses. And then little by little by little, those little canals at the back of your nose, they start to widen. You know the old saying, if you don't use it, you will lose it? It's absolutely so for those little canals at the back of the nose. And when you realise what nose does, you can see it's imperative that we breathe through our noses. And then someone might say, but I'm all blocked up. Why? Possibly because of breathing in chemicals. Breathing in chemicals can irritate the mucous membranes, and when the mucous membranes are irritated, more mucus is produced to protect the mucous membranes. That's what the mucus is there for, to protect. So chemicals can do it. Also mould. Breathing in mould is toxic. The body sees the mould as an enemy. So when you breathe in mould, again, that can cause excess mucus, which tends to block the airways.
You can definitely train yourself to nose breathe. Here are great exercises to enhance your breathing techniques. Alternate nostril breathing Nadi Shodhana. Sit comfortably and straighten your spine. Use your right thumb to close your right nostril. Inhale deeply through your left nostril, then close it with your ring finger. Release your right nostril and exhale through it. Inhale through the right nostril, then close it and exhale through the left. This completes one cycle. Repeat for several rounds, focusing on your breath. Belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. Lie down or sit comfortably. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. Inhale deeply through your nose, allowing your belly to rise while keeping your chest still. Exhale slowly through your mouth, feeling your belly fall. Focus on deepening your breath over time, aiming for longer inhales and exhales. Breathifier. Sit comfortably with a straight spine. Take a deep inhale through your nose, then exhale quickly and forcefully through your nose while engaging your abdominal muscles. Your inhales should be passive, letting the breath come in naturally. Start slowly and build up to a steady rhythm, aiming for 30 seconds to a minute. These exercises can help improve lung capacity, increase energy, and promote relaxation. Just remember to listen to your body and stop if you feel lightheaded or uncomfortable. With practice, nose breathing can become a natural part of your daily routine. Thank you for watching. We hope you now understand why breathing through your nose is so important for your health and well-being. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips on how to improve your daily habits. Take a deep breath, and we'll see you in the next video.